There's a lot in this bill, like social media, that would put you in the crosshairs of the legislature.
Absolutely. This is a complete attack on the office of sheriff and the ability to have free speech. Every representative in Olympia, they're elected, like I'm elected, they're allowed to say whatever they want to say, but I have to be careful about what I say because it could be offensive to them, and then they would have the Criminal Justice Training Commission decertify me and remove me from office. It's preposterous.
I think, let's stay on the social media topic. You've said you've been criticized, or people have asked you, why go down some of these routes on social media? I mean, you are known for saying controversial things on social media. As the sheriff of the county, is that a smart decision?
Well, I wasn't elected chief of police. I was elected sheriff. And a lot of things people don't understand is being sheriff is more than just answering 911 calls or investigating crimes. People come to me to talk to me about boundary disputes, about property rights, about Second Amendment rights, about First Amendment rights. I just had a guy come talk to me the other day about the issues he's having with gold mining, panning for gold by himself with a little pan, and about all the requirements going on there and things that are obstructing him from being able to exercise his right as an American at his mine to be able to gold mine. So it's a big deal, and people that don't have to call 911, that aren't victims or suspects of crimes, are glad that somebody like me is standing up and speaking out on their behalf.
But you are the leader of the largest law enforcement agency in the county. And, even internally, are there people who question issues like trans women in sports, which has been one that you talk about frequently? Is that something that, by you taking on that issue on social media and saying what you do, don't you bring the whole department along with you into that controversy?
I do. I guess I do. And I've been talking about that with my command staff. So I'm going to be evaluating that. I don't want to cause any trouble on the members of the sheriff's office. But at the same time, too, I'm the guy sitting here saying I support freedom of speech. And so I should be able to say what I want to say. And I tell people all the time at community meetings, I'll go out even in places where they don't like me and talk to them about it and say, listen, if you call 911, the deputies don't care who you are. They're going to come there to help you. And I don't care either. But I'm talking about things that are front and foremost to people out in our community who are reaching out to me and asking me about those things too. Mm-hmm. So it's a double standard if I just say, oh, you can say this, but I can't say that.
The legislature took a lot of issue with your statement during the committee hearing. What was the feedback you received, and do you regret anything you said that day?
I only regret that I just had 90 seconds to speak instead of 3 minutes. I had to par down my speech. What I've heard is that speech has been seen over 5 million times worldwide, and I have received emails from Australia saying to me, please keep doing what you're doing, stand up for your people. We didn't do it, and we lost all of our rights here. I got emails from Maine saying, we support you, Sheriff. Our office of sheriff is under attack out here in Maine. So I've had lots of positive things. Of course, I've gotten some emails too that said, you need to stay in your lane. You're just the sheriff, and all you should be doing is doing what you're told to do. Things like that too. And also, it's the office of sheriff in Pierce County is under attack. There's the Charter Review Commission going on now, and there's members of the Review Commission that want to make the sheriff an appointed position because they don't like me.
The Senate Democrats said that your language was they perceived as threatening, this imagery about people surrounding the courthouse to prevent you from being removed from office. Is that a possibility?
Well, it's more, I would maybe should have used a better word, protest. There'll be people here that will protest and not allow it to happen because they're going to say, we elected this sheriff, let him serve out his term. If he wants to run for office again, let him run. And if people want to vote him out of office, then so be it. Last night at the commission review meeting, Charter Review Commission meeting, people were saying like, hey, it's too hard to do a recall election. We need to just be able to remove him from office. So they don't even want to follow the process. And the process for recall is to go to a judge, show that I did something wrong, which I haven't. I'm open and transparent and by the book. And then they can gather signatures and remove me. They don't want to go through those steps. They just want to try to remove me. And that's what happens whenever you have one party in control for so many years.
You've been in office now for just over a year, right?
Yes.
What's going to be different about your second year than your first year?
Well, the first year was kind of like the honeymoon phase. Now we're getting down to talking about policies and philosophy of the sheriff's office and where we need to go. There are things that happen in here that I want to change the mindset about, and I just had a retreat with the commanders. We talked about that, and we're going to be moving forward there, talking about what we're going to do with use of force and pursuits and, important things like that that are on the top of the mind of people out there too. And also, my goal is to try to fill all of our vacancies. I made a commitment to do that within a year. I've been delayed by not being able to get the marketing company that I want to use together in time, but I think we're going to be able to make it by the end of the year, fill our vacancies.
Yeah. Anything else that you want? I mean, you're sort of a figure whose name pops up, in some controversy every couple of weeks with the legislature, and especially now with this bill. I mean, what else do you want people here in Washington to know as you continue to fight this proposed legislation in Olympia?
Sheriffs like me, and there are very few like me, are standing in the breach for citizens' rights. The Democrats control the state House, the state Senate, every executive elected position in the state. They control everything except sheriffs, and sheriffs are the last ones to be able to protect your rights. When they take control of the sheriffs, they'll be able to impose their will on you. I'm talking like gun confiscation, the Ministry of Truth, meaning that if you say something bad, they'll put you in jail for it. There are Democrats out there that want to put you in jail for saying that a transgender woman is a man. That they want to say that that's wrong, and the science shows that that's what it really is, right? So they want to put you in jail for guns and for language, and people like me, sheriffs like me, stand in the breach for you.
But is there a balance between you being able to speak your mind and you being a controversial figure when it comes to issues like that, trans women in sports? I mean, is there some balance though in saying you're the sheriff for everybody in Pierce County? Should you be taking those hardline positions that many view as controversial?
Well, they can view it as controversial. If I was in a Republican state, everybody would say, right on, you don't even need to say that, Sheriff Swank. We know that if you are a man and you say you're a woman, you're still a man, right? So controversial is because the Democrats control the narrative. That's the whole point of some of the reasons why I bring stuff out, to be provocative and to give that voice out to people who haven't had the opportunity or have been too scared to say things. People are getting courageous now. I'm good with people who disagree with me having freedom of speech. Why can't they be good with me having freedom of speech on my side too? And then they can determine if they want to elect me again for sheriff or not. That's what it's all about.